150 plus patches on that as well. Here is a small list of some of the programs that I have been customized as per the need of our customers, because people want to go with some kind of different table of content in place of the official one. So the SharePoint is one of them, SQL Server, Microsoft Office, Power BI, SSAS, SSRS, data analytics, data analysis. Those are my core expertise area, and that I have been customized, and the technology is as per the need of my customer. That's all about everyone for me. Thank you very much. I think we should start with a program. What exactly we gonna learn in today's session? What's gonna be the point of discussion for today's session is? So here we'll go with total number of 5 points of discussions. As you know, the program is on Microsoft Teams application, so I believe we should know why the Microsoft Teams is and what exactly it is. How really the Microsoft Teams works, and what all benefits an organization as an individual you really can get with the uses of the Microsoft Teams applications is. There are some keywords, common keywords when you are working with Microsoft Teams, you will always find there, like that include the themes and the keyword called channels. So what exactly the theme in Microsoft Teams is representing, and what is the meaning of a channel is? Do we really need a channel, or that is the default behavior or the infrastructure of the Microsoft Teams application is that gets create a channel automatically, or do I need to create a team by my own? Then finally, we'll understand all about the Microsoft Teams training journey, right? All about the technology initiations and what all benefits you get with the Microsoft certifications and all. So let's start with our first point. So why should we use the Microsoft Teams application? It's a very common question people used to ask us. Hey, Avinash, what's the benefit? Why should I get the use of Microsoft Teams application is? And I usually say when you talk about the data nowadays, right, it has been completely changed. Data is something, no matters in what kind of organization you're working on, what's your role is, you have to play all around the data a lot. And it's not all about that individually you are working on that. You need to search something, you need to pass a message to your team member, because that is something a team collaboration. A team is working on something and you guys have to communicate with each other. So what we generally used to do, we have a lot of different applications and the websites in the market that basically allow us to get connected to each other. Like if you want to go for a audio or a video call, we generally use a WhatsApp. We have Facebook Messenger. If you want to search for some content, right, you're searching for some kind of help, we do have Google. If you want to watch some kind of videos and all, we do have Netflix, Amazon videos, and a lot of different things over here. So what exactly happens? You have to use separate applications for each kind of different individual requirement. That's something Microsoft Teams have changed now. Regardless the location where you are sitting, regardless the timing, you are in London, you are in New York, you are in Tokyo, you are in India. You are in India, but your team members are sitting in a different locations of globe. They're working with a different time zone. You're working with a different time zone. But we still want to communicate. We still want to work on a common project. And that's what Microsoft Teams have done for you. They have introduced an interface, and this interface gives you all about in one single location. So if I have to explain what exactly the Microsoft Teams application is, I must say it's an ultimate business communication platform for yourself, for your organization. You can work individually, you can work with your team, you can work for your organization as well. Depending on your subscription, depending on your users, this team application is going to be completely changed. It's an application that is basically developed by the Microsoft, and it's a part of Microsoft Office 365 suite. So what do you have to do if you want to get the one? You all need to go and subscribe for Office 365 an account, right? So depending on your subscription, as I mentioned, this is something depending on the subscription and its plan. You will have the accessibility of one interface with the name called Microsoft Teams, and that offers you a common workspace for the real-time collaboration functionality, where you can communicate, you can plan for meetings, agendas, and sharing the documents. And not only the document, because let's go for a simple example. When you are working on something, sometime you need to work on Microsoft Word, you need to work on the PowerPoint, you need to work on Microsoft Excel, you need to check your emails. And the emails, maybe you're looking for the common emails that have been received everyone in my team is, or I want to go for my personal emails. Outlook is already there for your personal emails. But what about if I want a email communication for my all the team members? Microsoft Teams gives you all those functionality in one single location. So you have application sharing where all the team members simultaneously can work on a one single document at a time, and it's going to manage and save the content for everyone. And not only that, one is, you know, social networking is one of the fastest growing industry nowadays. Everyone loves to work on that one. So what Microsoft did, they have introduced a number of social network features in Microsoft Teams. You can like the things, you can dislike the things, you can give the reply on communications, you can reshare the information, you can use the occasional emojis, some kind of the GIF and all images there. That's something is really an interesting part when you're working with the Microsoft Office application is. And that's why we used to say all and everything is in one single place by using the Microsoft Teams application. There is no particular device, no particular location where from you can access it. It's available everywhere. You're sitting in a park, you're not with your own device, you don't have your own laptop with you, you don't have your mobile with you, no worries. This is an application where you need to get logged into the browser by going to the teams.microsoft.com, or you can go to the office.com and then you can launch the application directly from the browser as. No matters it's your own system or not. So you got everything in one single location, and you can work regardless to any specific device or the time zone or the location is. Everything is available at one single location, right? It's allowing you to share as well as work together with your team members. I want to work on Microsoft Excel file, and I want that me and one of my team member, we both can work together on same time and we can change everything on that one. Is it really possible? Teams has all those capabilities. And this is why I always say Teams is not one single application. Definitely not. It is basically a concept of the team collaboration where you want to communicate, you want to connect with team members, your stakeholders, or even the person outside the organization is. Microsoft Teams offers you all the functionalities in the form of an instance messaging, audio and video conferencing. You can dial the phones if the service has been installed, right? You can share the documents, files, applications, and no matter who you are, where you are, and what device you are using. So basically, Microsoft Teams is having a simple aim to help the people and get their business better. So they all can work as a one single team. This is the major objective for Microsoft Teams application is. So Microsoft Teams, because when you talk about an office, right, we really need to go for a lot of video conferencing. I have to plan for a lot of meetings. I have to plan for a lot of document sharing or screen sharing. I want to record my videos, the meetings, what all we have been gone through. I want to record that. I want to go for an instance matching. If somebody is online, I want to get a quick reply. Now, do I need to type down a message separately by log into my mobile? I think you don't need to if you are working in Microsoft Teams application. What about if my camera is not installed or my camera is not working properly? I want to go for audio conferencing, and within the audio conferencing, again, I want to share my screen. You're allowed to. And I don't want to go for one-to-one communication. It's a whole team with all 100 of people. Can we really go for a meeting with all the 100 people on different locations? Definitely, and this is what Microsoft Teams always offers you as an interface. When people are not reachable, it happens that I am calling someone and is not reachable. I want to deliver a message in his or her voicemail. Microsoft Teams has a capability to enable and configure the voicemail as well. So whenever you are going to log in, you have to log into the voicemail and can reach for all the messages that you've been received when someone is dialing your code or your number. Even Microsoft Teams has some of the features that you can directly dial the number from the landline mobile or landline or your mobile or your devices. All that is available in one single location. And I'm not talking about this one. We do have more many functionality. Let's take a simple example of I want to share my screen so that audience can view what exactly I'm talking about. Microsoft Teams has all those functionalities, all those tools that you can share your screen with your audience, and the audience can get everything what you are doing, what you are performing. So when you talk about the Microsoft Teams, what exactly the meaning of a team here is, right? So guys, I believe we'll have enough time to go for some kind of demos as well. And I will show you few demos here, right, within this particular session. So what exactly the meaning of team keyword in Microsoft Teams is? As you know, everyone, Microsoft Teams is a hub for teamwork within the Office 365 application, where the real meaning of a team is actually the group of people. Let's take an example. I am working on a project called Project A, and I'm sure I'll not be the individual one. Definitely, I'm a member of that team as Project A team. So there can be 10 members, there can be 20 members, there can be 100 members. But the goal for all of us is to go for one single project called Project A. And that is what we used to call it a team. Microsoft Teams also used to say the same because everyone in this organization is working with this one single objective, one single goal. They all are working for one single goal is when they're working for something common, they really need to bring a lot of things together. They have to communicate with the people. They have to share the content. They need to go and utilize some of the tools that my team members are using every day, like a Word document accessibility, Microsoft Excel, where we can create some kind of report and we can submit them directly without going to and sending the emails for every kind of update is. I want to have a chit chat or some kind of a discussion over some kind of points related to my meeting is related to my project. It could be I want to plan for a meeting, one-on-one meeting, or the team members meeting, or we want to have a single common workspace where we all can upload and share our documents. In a one line, I want a lean and efficient communication. And that is something Microsoft Teams offers you. You always have all those features in Microsoft Teams application. Is that the only objective for Microsoft to introduce this application? Actually, not. I must say something over here is. Let's take a practical example. I'm working in an office and I'm working on a project. Something could be anything I'm working on. What I notice here, when you are working on something, you need to get the reviews from your boss, your reporting manager, or someone else from the stakeholder. They can be anyone. I need to take a feedback. Am I really working correct, or there are some changes required onto the 1S? So what we generally used to do, we always write down an email with the attached document. I'll send an email to my reviewer. Hey, this is what I have done. Kindly update. Or if you need any changes, please let me know. What we used to do, we revert back. If there are some changes I'm finding out, I'll revert back. Hey, I found all these changes, and you please work on that again. Now let's take it that in a similar way, the same document gets shared 10 times or 20 times, and you reply over the same again 10 times or 20 times. Don't you think what you did over here? We have created a long trail of mails and the copy of the documents is. Because every time you're attaching the document in an email, basically you are creating a separate copy of the document, and there's a lot of redundancy is going to be happen. So now if you want to search on, hey, that was the changes I told you on that date. Now that's a big confusion. I need to search a lot of emails because I got 20 communications from my end and 20 communications from your end. I know it's a communication with one single object, one single goal. We everyone is working on the one single information there. But the only problem is all about that we got a lot of copy of the documents here. That something can be a big issue. So what Microsoft did, they plan to develop an application and that can fulfill all that objectives by reducing the emails. And the Microsoft Teams is a perfect solution for that one. I would not say that the Microsoft Teams is doing only that one. No, because one another application is also here with the name called SharePoint. Might be the number of audience is going to be confused. Hey, Avinash, then what's the difference in between the SharePoint and the Microsoft Teams is? Because Microsoft SharePoint is also a document collaboration application, but still there's a big difference in between. When you talk about the Microsoft Teams, it's a real-time collaboration functionality. You can have a communication instantly. You can plan to go for a video call immediately, audio call. I want to start a chat or the communication with you by sending a message to you all. Whereas in SharePoint, Still, a lot of things are going to be communicated through the emails. A SharePoint is basically a storage or the repository in Microsoft Teams. And that's the reason why you are designing or creating a team in Microsoft Teams application. There is a separate Microsoft SharePoint site is also going to be designed every time, no matters what type of team I'm talking about. Let me give you, as I told you, I'll show you some of the examples, some of the demos here, so that you can find it out. And there's an example I want to give you on one of my site, right? And just give me a second only. Let me connect to one of my the interface on Microsoft Teams. Here you can check. I have two different teams where one team name is Contoso, where I got a channel called General. There is another team I have that is a sales team, and I am a member of a sales team as well. There is also something common called a channel with the name called General. What is common in that one? Let's check it. I'm coming to the Contoso team. I am going to expand my channel called General, and what I noticed there, a post, files, and wiki tabs are actually available to the general. Now let's go for the one as the sales team. And what I notice here, the post and the file tab are available here as well. So what exactly happening over here? This is all about the facility that Microsoft Teams is giving you. Whenever there's a communication is happening, right, let's get one thing. I want to start a communication with one of my member that is from the Contoso project side is right. I'm going to start a communication with one of my admin, and I can use a feature. Hey, it's all about the admin. Okay, and I want to give hey admin. That's the name is. What is the status on on project A? Right? I get the one. And now, oh, sorry, there's a small mistake. No problem. Let's go for something else. Now, let's see if admin is going to reply on that one. And I think, yep, admin receive a message and he's going to start replying on that one. Hey, hi, Avinash. I am already working on it. And see what I got. I got a reply from Avinash here, right? So it's going to be just a second because it's a virtual machine environment, may take few seconds to get update the information, and I'm sure it's going to work on. So you will find it out that the communication we have been started over here, that is basically going to be find it out into a channel here, right? Let's get it. If it has been updated, that's something virtual machine may take time to get the information. Right? Yep, I got it. Hi, Avinash. I'm already working on it. I got a reply now, right? So this is what something you can have a communication here. But we were talking about a SharePoint site. Where is the SharePoint site here? That's what Microsoft Teams says. Every time you are going to share, upload, or create a new document here, any new document, you're uploading a document, you're creating a document, you're talking with the document is. You're actually working in SharePoint site. Let me launch that site for you. And that's what I was telling you, that every time you're talking about the Microsoft Teams as a team, you're talking about a SharePoint site automatically. Because the SharePoint site is giving you all the features of document collaboration. Let's get it. Okay, I think I have to log into the account because that's a separate account. Okay, no worries. Just give me a second only and I'll use this one. This is my account S and I have to check my password for the one S. This is okay. Just a second only, everyone. Okay. Let's get login. And what I notice here, that's a SharePoint site. That is what I was telling you. No matters you are working, you're sharing a document, you are creating a new document, you're uploading a document within the Microsoft Teams app, you are talking, you're working in SharePoint automatically. And that is the advanced functionality and the features you always have in Microsoft Teams application. So Microsoft Teams is giving you all the document as well as team collaboration functionality. This is the reason why you get something called as a chat. You got something called team, how many team members you are, right? Am I okay? So what do you mean by that? Everyone will be the member of the same team? No, that's not a rule, because I may be the member of one of the team as, but someone else is not. There could be the different rules. There could be the different concept for this one as. So now we need to understand what exactly the meaning of a team is. What I mean by a team here is how exactly the Teams application used to work on. The good thing about the Microsoft Teams is it's supporting to each and every kind of device. No matters, it's your personal laptop, it's a desktop device, right? Or you're working on a mobile, or that is iOS device, or the Android version of device, or it is a the Windows version of devices. No matters. The only common thing you need here is they all devices supporting to the latest browsers, right? So browser could be anyone, Mozilla, Firefox, Safari, Google Chrome, Edge, even the Internet Explorer 11, right? So it's supporting all the versions. So you don't need to install the application every time to your computer system or to your devices. You can log into the device, just log in within the browser, right? Or even if you have downloaded an application from your store, let's call the Apple Store, or you just go to the Apple Store, search for the application called Microsoft Teams, and it's going to download the application for yourself. So what will you find there? It is going to ask you for your credentials, your question, your username and the password. Once you enter all the credentials according to the member list, or you are the member of the teams, as many as the member of the teams you are, you will find the list of all the teams there. Like I can show you something. Your team, like the team 1, team 2, or team 3, you can be the member of multiple teams. Possibly I'm working on a project A and project B, and those project again has been divided into the sub processes. You can be the member of multiple teams, and that's how you can access, you can get the functionality of Microsoft Teams from going to the browser, going to the application. You can install the application directly, right? And if you want to install the application directly into your own computer, you can go to the browser, right? And once you are into the browser is, you can go to the app launcher, and from the app launcher, when you launch the Microsoft Teams application, you will notice you get a feature to get it download the setup for your for your particular system is. But for downloading the setup for a mobile application, like you want to have the software within your mobile, the Apple device, you have to go to the market store, right? And you have to download, you have to search for application, you can download it. And once it has been connected, you can download the applications directly from here, so that you can copy and paste the APK file if it is a mobile device, right? And then you can install the application in your devices. So Microsoft Teams says it's not a rule that you always have to go and work in application. Like I said, you can log into the browser as well, like I did. So this is the version of my browser for the Microsoft Teams is, and this is my desktop version of the Microsoft Teams application. You have full functionality here in Microsoft Teams desktop version, and the same complete features are available with the browser version of Teams as well. That's what Microsoft Teams says, no matter where you are, no matter what device you have, no matter what and where you're working on. The only thing you need to have it internet connection as well as the browsers. So you can go and connect to your team anytime without making any delay here. Right, everyone? This is how something the Microsoft team works. But for understanding it in a better way, I think we should discuss something more about what is the meaning of a keyword called teams here. What exactly the meaning of a team in Microsoft Teams application is. I said this, I use this word. A team is basically the collection of members, collection of person, right? Working for one single goal, working for one single objective. But in Microsoft Teams application, the number of securities got apply. And that's something we have to check for. So when you're working in Microsoft Teams application, you have got two different kind of securities. One security is all about the Microsoft Teams. Another security that automatically get applied by the SharePoint. So Microsoft Teams is basically using two different level of securities. And that security is going to be work on keyword called Teams as well. And that's what we are going to discuss here. What all that is. Number one, when you talk about the Microsoft Teams team and Microsoft Teams application, you need to identify what kind of team member you are going to be. Now, what I mean by the what kind of team member is, okay? Because Microsoft Teams says whenever you're creating a team, the team can be for three different kind of levels, where you have to define the level of accessibility. All about the security is like a public theme. Now, what I mean by the public theme is because you are creating that theme, you yourself is going to become a owner for that theme site. But remember, because this is a public theme is, so anyone from my organization can search and can join this team without any prior notification. That is what something define it as a public theme, correct? Right? So when you say the public theme, you are giving the rights to everyone in your organization. They can join your team. That is something you need to identify. Do you really want to design a public one so that anyone in your organization can join it? Okay, can I invite someone from the outside of the organization? So basically, I must say, yes, you can, but this is a service, a security that needs to be enabled by the team's administrator. We usually call them a guest access, but a guest access always have certain restrictions, right? So first, we need to go with the policies of organization. What all policies are there? Like if there is already a team with the same project name is available, I don't think so there is a meaning to create that same team once again. You need to identify, right? So we usually say when you are talking about creating a team, we should work on certain points on that one. Number one, whether is it going to be a public team or not? But what's going to be the name of my team is, and who all are going to be the member of that team? Because you may have 10 thousands of employees in your organization. Are you really going to invite everyone in this team to get joined? I don't think so. It's related to the project. It's related to the department. If it is a team for the sales department only, I would like to invite everyone from the team, the sales department only. If it is a team for the marketing team, I would like to invite the people from the marketing team only. Why would I invite someone out of the team S? That's something you need to identify first. What is the level of my team is, whether it's a public one or the private one is. Do I really have this name available or already created by someone in the organization? Because if the team already exists, then I don't think so. You should create the teams once again. You should join the one, or you should ask the people to join the same one as. Then what is the meaning of the private one as? Private, whenever you define the level of a team as a private one, it is protected. Now, what I mean by the protection over here is, the meaning of the protection is a team can join only and only by the person to whom you have been added to the team or to whom you have been invited. Until the people are not going to be invited, they will never have accessibility of anything in that team is. So you need to identify, it's a project where 10 members from my team are going to be work. Because let's take a simple example. I am the member of my sales team is, but the company has been planned for something new, that they want to start a new sales strategy or the sales plan in the north region is. So I'm sure all the salesperson, all the sales team members are not going to work for the same region as. Definitely not. We need to identify the people, this particular person, or all those person, 10, 20 people can work for that particular reason. So that is going to be a north or the south or the east region sales team. Other people are also belonging to the sales. And obviously, you won't allow the east region salesperson to get and access all the things from the north region is. We have to identify whether you're looking for a private team or you're looking for a public team, right? Do you really want to separate your team members for different kind of project requirement, or you want to have the common one as? Because once a team has been created as a private one, only and only the member of that particular team can view, access all the conversations, can access all the documents, all the apps. That is the common workspace for all the private members only. But when you say public one, even a private member team member can access the information a public team is. That's what something we need to identify, right? And that's the security level Microsoft Teams automatically applying when you are working on a Microsoft team itself designing part. The third level, okay, what is that one? Let's take a simple example. I want to communicate something throughout to my all the employees of this organization. Now what should I do? No matters, they belongs to the sales, they belongs to the marketing, they belongs to the admin, they belongs to the HR, they belongs to different departments, and even different locations. So basically what Microsoft Teams is doing, Microsoft Teams is looking for the common domain. Now what I mean by domain is, the domain means the name of your organization. Like you said, abc@netcomlearning.com. So netcom learning is what? It's a domain. And Microsoft Teams default says you are allowed to have a communication collaboration only for the same domain, meaning netcomlearning.com only. You cannot have a communication with different one until you have not invited them as a guest user. You may have certain functionality for the guest user, but they cannot access your document. They cannot modify your document until the admin itself have not given the permission to get access and added the content is. So what I was looking for, I don't want to go for a private team. I don't want to create a separate team. I want to create something that every communication, what am I talking about, that can be sent to everyone in my organization. And that is why the Microsoft has given you, the Teams has been given you third level of the team is, and we used to call as a org-wide team, because you are designing it, because you are creating it. So you yourself is going to become an owner for that team. But the only difference you need to understand, no matters the person belongs to the sales team, person belongs to the IT, person is from the HR, person is from the management, person is from the operation, person is from the production or from the lower management. Because they are belonging to the same domain. Everyone in your organization is going to become the member of this team automatically. If you start any communication there, if you start any conversation there, you start typing any message, meaning everyone in your organization can access that information. And that's the reason why you should identify what level of teams you require here. Do we all get that? Right? This is something we need to identify. And you should work on this, because you need to identify, do we really need that one? What's going to be the name of the team? What kind of security level you want to apply, whether it's a public team or a private team or a org level team is. Everyone from the organization is going to be added, right? Who all are going to be the separate member of a private team is, if it is a private team, right? And what all they can access, and even you can give the rules as well, because there is one more important part you need to identify, you need to search it. And what is that? Do you really want a second honor? And that's something is recommended. When you're working in Microsoft Teams, we always recommend, please try to have at least one more honor. Why so? If accidentally I get out, I'm not able to access and I'm not able to perform the various operations what my audience is looking for, what my members are looking for, then the second owner who actually become the admin automatically can perform all those operations, can handle everything from here. You need to identify who else can become the owner of the team if I am not, or I want to create a second owner. These are the certain points we need to work on, and then after, the real job of Microsoft Teams is going to be start, right? So everyone, it's at 10:15. I think we should go for a 5 minutes quick break. I believe, Leela, is it okay?
Yes, yes, now is a perfect time to do that. And while we're doing that break, we want to go ahead also and launch a quick poll that we want to invite you all to participate in. Doing so helps us know how we can better serve you by telling us who might be interested in more information or taking some additional training. And in addition to today's webinar, feel free to go ahead and use this time if you want to check out our other webinars coming up. And you can find those at www.netcomlearning.com/webinars/ So that poll, I'm not seeing it that it got launched. So I'm going to go over here and get that. Well, if I can find it. Oh, okay, there we go. It got put in a weird place in my, there we go. Thank you so much for participating in this. We really appreciate it.
Okay, everyone, it's 10:55 and we are on time. I think we should start back to our topic. Yes. Dila, shall we?
Sorry. Yes, I am. I don't usually launch the poll, so I was trying to figure out how to end the poll. There we go.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to check. Thank you very much. Okay, everyone. So, what all we have been discussed till now, we have gone through the concept why exactly the need of this kind of application in the market is, and that is all about the Microsoft Teams because it provides you a real-time collaboration and the communication functionality. Then after we have been discussed what exactly the Microsoft Teams application is, it's a tool that has been introduced with number of applications that you can utilize here, and you can use it for the document collaboration or the real-time communication tool as well. When you want to start working with the Microsoft Teams, you always need to go through with the browser. You can log into the Microsoft Office URL, or you can go to the teams.microsoftonline.com. You can go there and you can log into the Microsoft Teams without installing a patch or a software within your own computer or the mobile system is. When you want to access the Microsoft Teams, you only need few things, and what is that? First, a device where you can access the internet with accessibility of the latest browsers are right. So you have the accessibility of all the Teams application there is. Then after the last point we were discussing here was all about what exactly the meaning of a keyword called team is in Microsoft within the Microsoft Teams application is. So I was telling you a team is basically the collection and the group of members. They're working for something common, right? So when obviously when you're working on a project, you are not alone who's working on. You are working with a team, and you need some kind of collaboration functionality, document sharing, screen sharing features, and the functionality in Microsoft Teams as well. That is what something the team keyword is representing in Microsoft Teams is. Now, I told you that is a very important part. When you are talking about creating a team in Microsoft Teams application, we need to find out some of the keywords. We need to find out some of the needs of it. Like, what's gonna be the name of my team? Who exactly going to be the members? Who all are going to be the members of this team is? And who all are becoming the owner of the site. The owner will have full rights. They can allow the members to join. They can remove the members from the team anytime, right? They can change the permission levels for the members of a team as, and that's something we need to identify. The name of the team is what's going to be the name of my team. Project A, Project B, or you can have any name, whatever you want to have it over here, right? And the most important part, what's gonna be the level of security you want to use out? Like I said, you can create the three different levels of Microsoft Teams team there. One is a public team where because you are creating a team, you yourself is going to be the owner, meaning the administrator of that team is, right? Everyone else will have a member rights by default, but the only difference is all and everyone from my organization can search with the name of the team, and they can join the team without any prior information, or even though you will not receive any information that someone have been joined the team, because that is something a public team is. The private, again, you yourself is going to become the owner and the administrator of this SharePoint site as well as the Microsoft Teams is, and only the members who are exactly you have been invited can join and can go for this one, right? Now, the last one is organization wide. What exactly the organization level or the org wide team is, everyone with the same domain, no matters, right, how many employees are working in your organization. If they all have a common domain email accessibility, meaning they all can become the member of your teams by automatic functionality of Microsoft Teams. So you need to identify all that one is. So what basically the Microsoft Teams is going to get me as a benefit as an individual or for my organization is. Let's take some of the informations about that one is when you're working in an organization, you need to go with something where you can communicate with the people. And when you're talking about the communication, we need few applications like the Yammer. Yammer is one of the social network platform only for organizational purpose, similar to the Facebook, LinkedIn, and all, where the people can share their content, people can share their ideas, people can share their knowledge, people can like, dislike the things, they can repost the information. Similarly, we want to communicate with the Microsoft Outlook. So shall I go for a separate application? Usually we used to do the same. We go for a separate application. There, I access my emails by Outlook. I access my social network platform by Yammer or the other third-party application is. What about if I'm looking for some of the application for the productivities? Like I want to create uh, the Word document. Do I need to launch and open the Word application for my own computer? I think generally we used to do the same, open the Word and then start working on that. I want to create a to-do list task management application. I really need that one. I need a common OneNote application so that we can manage and we can maintain all the handouts there itself. I need to design a PowerPoint presentation. So do I really need to go and get the PowerPoint application as a separate one? Because that's a part of Microsoft Offices. I can do that one. What about if I want to create a poll? What about if I want to get a feedback on something? I need a form, and the Microsoft Office 365 giving you all those application in one suite with Office 365. So if you have been subscribed for Office 365, you will have the accessibility of all those application in one single palace. And this is something the Teams is also offering you. You can collaborate, you can invite, you can integrate any Office 365 application within the Teams app just by few clicks. I don't need to go anywhere. Like I told you, I want to work on a Word document. Let me go for a practical once again, just for a demo. I want to create a new document here. Fine. Why should I go anywhere? I want to create a completely blank document. Fine. See, I can say new. And what all documents you can create here? Do you want to create a Word document? You can want to create an Excel? You want to create a PowerPoint document, OneNote, form, or you want to create the Visio drawing here? Let me give you an example of a Word document. So I'm gonna create it and let me call it as a test one, test, right? Test doc one. That's the name of my document. I say create. Now here can be a question. Where exactly this document is going to be stored, right? I told you, every time there is a team is going to be created, there's a separate website that is called a SharePoint site is going to be created there. Let me write down few paragraphs so I don't need to write down anything by myself. There is already a command we have in Microsoft Word, and that can write down some random paragraph for me. I did the same. You want to apply any word feature here, the basic one, like I want to change the alignment for whole the document, and that's what I want. I'm coming there, and you can check. You got all the tools here, like the alignment. I'm looking for the justify. I want to give some kind of the spacing or the bullet numbers. You want to make something bold, italic, underline. All the features are there. Why should I go for and launch the Microsoft Word as a separate application? No, Microsoft Teams is giving that one. Now, how will I go back to my Teams app or the conversation areas? Click back to the Teams and you're back to the Microsoft Teams here. You created one document. I want to create one other Excel document. That's fine, going there, and I can say the Excel document. I'm going to create a new Excel document. Let's get it sales info, just the name, or the product info, whatever the name you want to give on, right? Let's call it details. Oh, I got all the Excel features here. Why should I create offline Why should I go and launch my MS Excel separately if I can get everything here in Microsoft Teams? I don't need to go anywhere. Everything is here. I want to create some of the information here. Fine, let me get the quarter one, quarter two information. QTR1, it's a quarter one actually. Oh, sorry, that's a mistake. I'm going to create it as quarter one, and I want to create a copy of that all for 4 quarters. And let's say I'm looking for a data for year 2018, 19, 20, 20, 21. And that's what I want. And 20 till the 22 is. I need some of the numbers. Fine. I think I can use the Excel functions over here, right? Okay, let me get the one. I want some random numbers here. Okay, and I can use a function called random between. Just to show you, I need some data, so I don't need to type down the numbers myself. What exactly I want to tell you, you are allowed to use all the Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, formulas, functions, everything here in one single place. You don't need to go anywhere. That's what I did. So simple. I created that. Do you want to create a chart? Do you want to convert your data into something else? Everything is here. I want to convert this into one of my charter. Let's call it sales here. Okay. Oh, sorry. And I think we are ready to go. I want to convert this into a chart. Let's get it. Here we are, done. We have been created a chart and all by just the Microsoft Teams application is. And see, you got a file here. So what is that? All the productivity tools are here. You don't need to go anywhere. You have everything in one single location. Now for the collaboration functionality. I want to create a kind of a YouTube interface from my own organization as. Oh, Microsoft Office 365 itself have something called for you. We used to call a stream. Stream application is here. You want the sync drive so that you can work offline on your document. You don't need to go and visit to the teams every time. I have the one drive here. You want to go and work with the team collaboration for the document sharing and all. You have the SharePoint application over here is. You want to search for some kind of content. You already have SharePoint, as well as you have the Dell profile where Office Graph application is available for you when you are working on something recent to, you can search or find the document directly from here. I don't need to go for any other application separately because Microsoft Teams have everything in one single location. Now, the innovation, what is that one is? I'm sure all of you have been heard all about something called the Power BI reports. You have all kind of interactivity as well as updated real world data is, and you want to have real time informations and the dashboards, reports, interconnectivity and all. Power BI is already there. Why should I go and access my report by visiting to the Microsoft Power BI portal? I can access, I can share the reports directly by adding the Microsoft Power BI report here as a tab. I want a workflow functionality, meaning automations in my Teams. What do you mean by that one? Let's say if somebody is uploading a document, someone is creating a document related to the project is, I want that this document should get send an alert to the approver, as well as same time I want the document should get saved somewhere in a different library. You have the automation there. You can convert, you can write down some kind of power flow automate, right, or power workflows by using the power automate functionalities, and a lot of workflows are going to be designed with few clicks only. I don't need to do anything on that one. You already have this here in Microsoft Teams. What about if I have designed a customized application like a SharePoint list or something like that, or the Microsoft theme list that I have been designing in my Teams application. Now I want to convert that list within one of my application or one of my interface called a mobile application or a web-based application. Now what should I do again? Shall I go and hire some developers? I don't think so, because Microsoft Teams is offering you the Microsoft Power App here, that by just with few clicks you can convert your normal list into a mobile application. Just few clicks, three or four, not more than that click is. Or AI based interface, artificial intelligence based interface, will convert a normal list to an interactive, professionally designed application, and the people can access and fill their information directly by going through the Teams app. Why should I go and look for all the separate application if I can get everything in one single location? And that is called the Microsoft Teams. That's the reason we always used to say Microsoft Teams is basically a hub for each and every kind of requirement for individual one of the organization business requirement is. You don't need to look for 10 or 20 different applications. Everything is here in one single interface. So if you have launched the Microsoft Teams, no need to launch any other software, any other application there. So how basically we used to work in Microsoft Teams is, so first thing, you always have to design a teams. Like I told you, team is something, a group of people. But after that, there is again something very important called a channel. Every time there is a team is going to create, right? You will default find something with the name called general. So what that general is, this general is basically is a channel. Now, what exactly the meaning of the channel over here is? A channel is a kind of a common workspace, or you can call it like a chat room, where all the team members can have a communication. They can communicate to each other by going through the option called the conversation when you're into the post, because files is all about the SharePoint side, and when you're into the posters, you will find the new conversation feature here. So new conversation, you want to start a conversation with all the team members. So going there, and you will find the start a new conversation interface here. So you can start working on typing the people name or share your knowledge information. What you want to have over here is, you have got a lot of other functionality, like I told you, emojis and all already there is. Do you like the one you want to dislike? Or you want to give some kind of reactions to your post, or someone have been posted to this one is. But what exactly if I want to design a different channel for myself? So you can say a channel is basically a kind of a chat room you've been designed for a team conversation around a particular topic. So a single team can have multiple channels, right? You can have near about, this is something we have been read from one of the portal of Microsoft. They have been given to us that you can have near about 200 channels in one single team. So you can have as many as you want. I believe no one is going to have 200 or 200 or 100 channels, but you may have it. That depends on your requirement as so. And the channels are again going to use as a area where you have a separate communication, because my team can be with 100 members, but out of all those 100 members, 10 members are working on something, 5 members are working on something, 20 members are working on something. So you want to separate those teams again, and based on their responsibilities, based on their the topic or their areas is. So you can again separate your team. But again, remember, if a channel can be accessed by default, it's a public channel. Meaning of the public channel is everyone who's a member of your team is the team. Like I have created a team here with the name called training. So if I have 100 members in training team, all 100 members will have the accessibility of every channel or a group information from here. They can access everything until it is not a private channel. Now, what do you mean by the private channel again? We'll discuss this one. So here, let's talk about what all is that one is. So you can refer a channel as a space, a workspace for the conversation where people can communicate, they can share their knowledge, they can start having a communication there. The other one is you can always have and or create some kind of notifications if someone is posting something into a channel. There's a conversation is going to be start. I want to receive a notification. You can do that one. And for each and every channel, there's a separate email ID is also going to be created. What's the benefit of this email ID here is? So basically, the email for the channel is representing, let's say I am not in office. I cannot access the Teams because of some kind of the network issues or hardware issues or something like that. But I really want to share some kind of email within my channel S. So Microsoft says, no worries, access the Outlook or the email portal from anywhere, enter the email ID of your channel there in two box, and you can directly deliver the email within your channel conversation area. You never need to worry all about everything you've been shared is going to be saved in your conversation panel area here in your Teams channel. Because each channel will have a separate email ID. Channel can also be the public and the private. I told you the meaning of the public channel is everyone who is a member of this team. Remember, no one else can access anything. Whoever, because team should also create a private one. If it's a private team and you have 100 members in this training team, all 100 members of training team can access the information, can check and view all the conversation happens in a public team is, but they are not allowed to access anything from the private team. Yes, I have given a private job to 5 of my team members, and I want that should be secure. No one else can view it. And that's something we used to call as a private channel. You can create a private and public channel separately, like going through the team name, you get more option there, and then you can add for a channel. Now it will ask you that do you really want to add a public channel or you really want to add a private channel here. Accordingly, according to the requirement, do you really want to allow everyone to view the information what they have been posted? If yes, keep it as a public one. If you don't want that, keep it as and create it as a private channel. That is something we can do, and the Microsoft Teams automatically offers us. You can create as many as channel like I did. The other functionality that I really love with the Microsoft Teams is extending the channel tabs. Now, what I mean by extend the channel tabs here. Okay, you remember that I recently worked on one of my Word document. I recently was working on one of my the Excel file. Now, it is a possibility you've been uploaded this document from somewhere into your the Microsoft Teams, the file areas. You uploaded it. Now, what do you want? You want to add this list of the sales information or the Excel file as a tab here. And that's what the Teams gives you. Team says tabs are always customizable. Each tab is basically representing a kind of application. You got a preview of your document directly. Because if I talk about in a library, like in files, so what exactly is happening? Files is a common storage for everyone. It's a shared document location for everyone in my team. Everyone is going to access the document from here. Is what I want to add a separate channel so that people can directly access the information from here. They don't need to launch the file every time, because when you talk about, let me give you again a practical on that one is, like if I want to access the documents from here, I have to go to the file first, and then I have to open it by going clicking to the file only. I can view the documents and then I can read and I can review the information by going through this one. As this is the common way of working in the Microsoft Teams. As I don't want that. I want something else. What is that? I want to create a new tab here, and this tab must display the preview of my document. And that's something Microsoft Teams gives you. What you can do, you can use the tab for getting and accessing all the important content directly by clicking to this. It's not a rule that I must have to upload all the files and then only you have to search the file from the file tab. No, I can create it. I can convert my file, and not only the Word, PowerPoint, Excel. No, you are allowed to connect with any Office 365 application and even the third-party applications as well from the marketplace. Hundreds of new connectors has been introduced with Microsoft Teams application, and you can look for add for any kind of app here just by the plus click. We'll discuss all that in detail program because time is a constraint. I believe you know that one. I cannot show you all the features, but let me give you at least one example. So while I'm clicking to this one, what happened? It is asking me, tell me what Office 365 app you want to add as a tab here, right? Or what particular third party tool or app you want to add over here. So I can add an Excel file, I can add a Word file, I can add a SharePoint list library, or the app. You're looking for a whiteboard, you're looking for a document library, you're looking for a report or a dashboard from the Microsoft Power BI application here. I want to create and design a list like we are going for a process of onboarding the new employees. Do I need to design a complete app again? No, because the Microsoft Teams itself gives you the functionality here. I can go and look for the onboarding employees and apps and all over here. I can go for a task plan, a very interesting app just for task management, project management. A small application you can add over here so that you can look for all about the status of your projects, right? How many projects are already the task? You can assign the task to someone. You can uh, update, get the status directly from here. You can go for the OneNote application. You can look for the Microsoft Teams. Let's say this session is recording and we want to allow our team members to view or watch this video after the ending of session. No worries, we already have the stream application. So these all are the applications you're getting from the Microsoft Office 365 one. But here you get the stores from third party or the Microsoft stores. Hundreds of new connectors have been introduced, and you can extend the functionality of Microsoft Teams just by finding the need of your requirement and understanding what exactly the app can do. And if you find something useful, you just can add it here by few click and the options is. This is something this Microsoft team says there is no limit. You cannot go for the particular application. The only thing is you need to find out your requirement. What exactly the requirement you do have, right? And you can add and extend the features of Microsoft Teams by adding the number of tabs over here, right? Similarly, we have got a few more things like for every channel I discussed, there's a email for every channel is going to be created. Like here I have been given you an example. So every channel got a separate email address, and the purpose of this one is so people can directly send an email to a channel. Even you can also do the one from your personal mail ID. I got receive a feedback from one of my clients and I want to share it with all the team members. What I want, shall I send the individual mail to everyone? I don't think so. This is feasible and I should do that one. If I have 100 of team members, am I really going to do that one? Why would I do that? I'll deliver that email to the my channel where all the members are already having a common workspace. And even if there is a document you have got attached, don't worry. There's a separate folder is going to be created, right? And in that separate folder, you will find all the attachments there, right? As I mentioned earlier, that a channel gives you many more functionalities that you can deliver an email by that channel email address, or even they can receive an email from external addresses as well, not only from the internal. You can do that one, right? So here, this Microsoft Teams is something giving you a one common single interface for every kind of the project management app, or every kind of team management, team collaboration, document management, document collaboration functionality. I don't need to go for and look for anything else, because this is one single location. I can have access anything. Now, there can be some more questions. Let's take one more example on that. One is, I have 100 members in this particular team, and if I start any conversation over here, now I want to go for a private communication. I want to start a immediate uh, video call with all the team members. Now what should I do? Check it. You already got the features there. Do you want to schedule a meeting, or you want to go for meeting right now? If you want to go for meeting right now, you can start with that one. You have to make certain changes there, like the title of the meeting is, or how to whom all other you want to invite. Might be you want to invite someone outside from the team as you do have number of features, or you can schedule a meeting. Every time a meeting is going to be scheduled, you will find it out into the calendar. So Outlook itself has an integration here. You don't need to go there. You will find all the meetings there into the calendar application is. And that is the one I was telling you, that you can dial the number of someone for a mobile number, or for a dial the landline number, if the functionality has been configured. That is something we have to look for. And if the admin and the Microsoft Teams administrator has been configured all those functionalities, we are allowed to use it, depending on permissions, depending on the accessibility, what all they have been given to you, right? So I believe you really have gone through what all benefits you can get by the Microsoft Teams application, and how really the Microsoft Teams application can help you. Now let's talk about something again very important, and what is that one is the continue learning and with the get the certifications is. So, what exactly we are going to discuss here is, when you are talking about the Microsoft Teams application, Microsoft is offering a lot of certifications, and Netcom Learning is also helping you to get achieve them by giving you the number of the trainings and the certification program. Instructor-led trainings are there, right? And we have various role-based certifications, like you can plan to go for, and you will become the Microsoft certified associate, right? Once you clear those examinations. So we have different category based examinations, right? And the certification plan. So that basically verify your the credibility that you are having all the knowledge of the requirement. So if you are planning and you're working into the IT industry in admin role, or the IT role itself, so you can plan to go for the technical skills in Office 365 modern desktop administrator, messaging administrator, security administrator. But if you're working as a developer, so we have separate certifications over here for Office 365 developers as well, right? I really have, we have got the different kind of the certification criteria, like the associate certifications, expert certifications, specialist, MOS, and all, right? MS 740 is one of the team support engineer certification. I really recommend this one, moreover, because this particular certification gives you all the fundamental knowledge all about the Office 365 interface, and it's all about its applications as well, right? So when you are planning to go for the certifications from the Microsoft, first you need to identify what all certifications are there and what all your role is. Based on your roles, you can go for, like, if there is something related to the deployment, right, or the building and testing and maintaining the applications. So we have various certifications programs, right? And Netcom Learning is offering you all of them one single place. We don't need to go for anywhere. And even and like if I talk about the Microsoft Office 365 fundamentals, where you will have all SaaS functionality and interface. What exactly the cloud-based application is, what do you mean by, and what all applications Office 365 is offering you. And if you're looking for some kind of developer related, administration related, or the voice engineer related certifications. So we do have all those certifications. Like a voice engineer is something who really can help the technical team to plan and design and configuring the integration of Microsoft Teams voice related functionalities, all about the communication solutions. Is We do have other certifications like the messaging administrator associate, the modern desktop administrator associate, security administrator, Office 365, the team administrator associates, and many more. So you have to first identify your role and your need accordingly. You can communicate with us and you can find it out. Now, here could be a question: why do we really need to go with all these of certifications? Are they really going to add a benefit to my profile? Is definitely right, because each time you achieve a certificate, you get number of benefits, and Netcom Learning is giving you the facility over there, right? So you can grow your business, you can grow the value of individual person being, once you have been validated from the Microsoft by going through the instructor-led classroom trainings. And as I told you, the Netcom Learning partner is giving you a very interactive as well as real world based scenarios trainings, right? And all the trainings are going to be delivered by the Microsoft certified professionals and the trainers, right? Those having the expertise in their core areas. And the other benefits you get by accessing the training from the Netcom Learning is you will always have 180 days access of the virtual labs, right? So once you are done with Office 365 or other kind of training from the Netcom, right? You will always have the accessibility of the labs so that you can practice after the class as well. This each and every session is going to be recorded, and for next 1 year you can access your recording anytime by going through the 365 Netcom Learning portal, right? This is we used to call it a student portal as well. You have to log in there and you will have the full access of every kind of information, recording, documents, and the labs from there itself, right? And the other one is within the next year, you if you are looking for the repetition of your the trainings, is right, if you got some kind of doubts, the Netcom helps you to repeat your trainings, and you can, for this one you can connect to the Netcom consultant, right? They will help you to identify all that, and that is what something is on priority always. So you can communicate to the Netcom consultant anytime, 24 into 7. They will always keep you on priority, and they will get you all kind of solution related to the certifications, or related to the inquiry related to the accessibility of something, like you are not able to, you want to plan to go for some kind of certification, and what certification can really help you to grooming yourself and your technology knowledge and all else. So let's go for one more thing. What all benefits you basically gets once you got certified from the Microsoft? It's a kind of a research, right? We have been identified that once a person gets certified, right, they get number of benefits. Number one, greater recognition with most of the organizations in the world, because that certificate validate your skills, that you do have all those skills and you really have good knowledge of and you have expertise in that particular area is. And the study says that the people who have been got certified, they're earning 20% higher than the other the people those who are working without the certifications is, right? So obviously it is increasing your employability, and that is why the all kind of organizations always look for the people who are certified to the particular technology. And once you got achieved the certifications from the Microsoft, you can post your certifications to the social network platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and you can email it, or you can go for a website portal as well. That's something increase your level of knowledge and your expertise areas, and it gives you more recognition into the industry as, right? Even nowadays it's a common process that most of the organizations, most of the employers are looking for the persons who is having the certifications, proper certifications into the technology. It could be in cloud computing, Azure, or the data center, or the Office 365 and all, right? And what Microsoft recently introduced, every time you go and clear the certification, you get a badge over there, right? And that is something you can post to your social platform. So that's something you can access by going through the learn.microsoft.com, right? And you will have all the accessibilities of information there is. Now, what about the real benefits of a certification, how a certificate or the certification can really help you to achieve your goal and to get you the good organization for the getting the more improvements in your career and for your businesses. So we have got a book here, ebook, that is the win-win of certifications. You all can download the book by giving to given link into your event is, right? You go there handouts and you will find the link there. So this book ebook will help you to know all about the training improvements, what all benefits of certifications as a personal person you will have in your career, what all the direct relationship you have in your higher pay and your continuous learning is, how certifications really can improve your productivity and the efficiency as well as the job satisfaction. So this is all available within the tab given to you as the event handouts, and you all can download it from there, right? Now let's go for what about if I have gone through with the certifications, I clear it, I have already achieved my certifications. Now the question is about the renewals. How really I can renew my all the certifications, right? What all benefits and all we will get it, how really is it possible? So generally, we always suggest once you are clear with your certifications, the Microsoft have introduced something newly that you really don't need to pay again. They have introduced a portal and with the name called learn.microsoft.com, right? That's a learning portal from Microsoft S, where from you can continuous upgrade your skills. You can continuously look for what exactly the new, and that's free of cost, right? And then after, even for renewing your certification, you really don't need to pay anything for that one, because generally it was a procedure. Whenever you want to renew your certification, whenever you're looking for some kind of achieve the same certification, you again have to go for the examination. Now Microsoft has changed this entire process. What you can do, learn everything what, because you know it very well. It's a continuous process and the technologies are continuously upgrading. So what Microsoft doing, they are giving you the portal, and from that portal you can look for all the advanced and the new features that have been introduced into the particular tool S. And then you have to go for a single kind of assessment, right? So once you clear that assessment without paying single penny, your certification is going to be renewed automatically, right? So what all the requirements are there? Number one, you should have a valid Microsoft certifications, right? That is not expired, because if it got expired, you again have to renew it by giving the examination once again. So what Microsoft did, Microsoft always remind you by sending an email 6 months prior, right? You will always receive an information that your this certification is going to be expire, and you may have, or you will have a certification renewal portal where from you can learn and go and attempt for the assessment, right? Once the assessment is clear, your certificate automatically going to be renew, right? That's what I told you. But remember, it's a suggestion for everyone. Please be sure that you have gone through with the assessment part before expiring your last certification, right? So, because if you did that one, you lose or you miss the date, and that situation, the only solution is you again have to go for and pay the examination whole fee, and then you have to again attempt your examination as right, which may be more expansive and a more critical part as well. So it's better to go and upgrade yourself by going to the learn of Microsoft portal and go for the assessment from there as right. And the good thing is, we will go to the Netcom learning, because they will also provide you and end-to-end guidance. Their learning consultants will always help you to get certify you and how to renew your certifications. And you can ask any question to them related to the certification requirement or upgradation of your certifications, and what all new certifications has been introduced in the market is. So they will always help you. You can communicate with them. You can connect to them anytime, right? Now, here we are done from my side. Let's go, because we discuss everything about the teams. Now I'll hand over back to the Leela. Hi, Leela.
Hi, thank you so much. We really appreciate all the information you've given us. We are going to do a question answer session. And well, sorry, before we do that, we're actually going to ask you guys, you can go ahead and get your questions into the questions panel. And we're going to hear from Sagnik. He is our vendor marketing manager. He's going to introduce our promotions and webinar related courses. And as soon as we do that, we will then go into our question answer session. So make sure you go ahead and get those in. Sagnik, are you with us?
Hey, Leela, I'm here.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Is my screen visible?
It is.
Great. So first of all, I'd like to thank everyone who have taken out the time from their busy schedules and participated in today's insightful session delivered by our top Microsoft certified trainer. And I'd like to take this opportunity to quickly run us through a handout that we have put together for all our participants today. So this is the event handout that you'd find as part of your GoToWebinar portal. Feel free to go through it. You would find some data about us and some information and certain resources about Netcom Learning and about your Microsoft skilling path with respect to Teams in particular. So before we proceed further, it's worth a shout out that Netcom Learning, we have been selected as the 2022 Microsoft Learning Partner of the Year by Microsoft. We were selected as the #1 learning partner by Microsoft from more than 3,900 submitted nominations from more than 100 plus countries worldwide. So that is really a testament of what you can expect when you associate with Netcom Learning for all your skilling needs when it comes to Microsoft. A few pointers about us. We have been in this industry for quite a while now, so around 24 years we have been in this industry, and we have serviced over 80% of the Fortune 1000 clients. We have a significant presence over the government and military sector as well, having served 100 plus US military bases. Overall, we have trained over 150,000 professionals and from 14,000 plus enterprise customers. We do enjoy a 96% recommendation rate from our customers. And our portfolio of 1,000 plus top certified instructors make sure that you always get the highest level and quality of training possible. Now, in addition to Microsoft, we do have authorized training partnerships with all the industry leaders, starting from AWS, Cisco, CompTIA, Axelos, Red Hat, Autodesk, to name a few. So, what that really means is whenever you are engaging in your enterprise skilling initiatives with Netcom Learning, you do really get a cross-vendor end-to-end skilling solution with us. So we literally are a one-stop skilling partner when it comes to authorized training. Now, as part of this handout deck, you'd find a link to today's session recording. In case you want to revisit the concepts that were covered in today's session, please feel free to do so. All the participants would also be getting access to Netcom 365 learning portal for the students. Feel free to access this, and we highly recommend all the participants to go through this portal. It is a hub for all the resources, learning resources related to your Microsoft as well as other vendor skilling journeys. So it has assessments, webinars, it has upcoming schedules for virtual instructor led as well as instructor led classes. So we highly recommend everyone to go through this slide and activate their Netcom 365 portal. Now let's quickly go over some of the latest offers that we have going on. First up, we have a Microsoft skilling program specifically designed for the enterprise customers. It is truly an end-to-end program encompassing Azure Security, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Power Platform. Feel free to go for a free consultation with us. We would be sitting with your team. We'd be understanding what your specific requirements are. And based on your specific tasks, projects, and job roles, we are going to create a highly optimized learning journey for your team to ensure that all your business objectives are met. So it comes with some exclusive perks with a heavily discounted enterprise pricing. We have state-of-the-art technologies to help deploy the learning across your organization, no matter the scale or scope of it. And you do get a truly 360-degree upskilling experience. As our instructor covered already, this here you would find the link to the free ebook that we are providing on the win-win of certifications. It is an official Microsoft ebook, and it throws a lot of light and insights into the ROI of certifications from both the employees as well as the employer's perspective. So we highly recommend you to go through that. Apart from that, we do have a free 2-hour Microsoft private group training available for our enterprise customers. So if you are an organization, if you have a team of more than 10 learners, feel free to take advantage of this exclusive offering. It allows your team to have a dedicated training session arranged as per your specific requirements and as per your convenient scheduling. It is customizable and it is delivered by our top MCTs, Microsoft certified trainers. And at the end of this session, we would support you for developing a comprehensive Microsoft skilling plan. So feel free to use the link on the slide to re-raise your training request if you have a team of more than 10 potential learners. Other options that we do have is the Netcom Plus Learner subscription. It is a subscription-based offering designed for individual learners, starting at 2,999 per learner per year. If you have more than 10 learners, the price you get, you unlock enterprise discounts, and it effectively comes down to 2,499 per learner. You get, as part of it, access to 350 plus training classes, including 60 official Microsoft courses. So it is really economic when you consider the pricing per course per learner, and it encompasses multiple vendors like Microsoft, AWS, Cisco, CompTIA, and more, and it is valid for 12 months. If you have a larger team or you need much more flexibility in terms of utilization of the training funds that you have, Learning Passport is an ideal solution. It is redeemable over 4,000 plus official courses, basically the entire Netcom Learning official training portfolio. Funds are valid for around 12 months, and it can really increase your training fund value by up to 100%. And it encompasses all the vendors, as you can see. Feel free to go through these links to explore more. Here are some of the recommended courses that our instructor has also shown linked on. So you would find the direct links to these courses related to Microsoft Teams training journey. So feel free to explore these links, and you'd find all the official documentation and resources and our available scheduling around the same on our dedicated landing pages, all hyperlinked on this slide. Also, we highly encourage everyone to register for our upcoming free master classes as well. We do have one around big data and analytics workloads on Azure Cloud, scheduled for 22nd of November, and another one in December around fundamentals of designing migrations for Microsoft Azure. With that, I'd like to give you back Leela. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you so much. We are going to go ahead and jump into our question and answer session here. Give me just a moment. So we're going to jump into our question and answer session. Let me pull up those questions. There we go. Okay, so our first question was just I see the other two handouts, but will the PowerPoints also be available after the training? I believe this is getting sent. The PowerPoints are getting sent, or the playback. Is it the PowerPoints or the playback? Sagna?
Yes, okay. So, yep, because we are recording all the sessions, so PowerPoint presentations was also recording over here, right? Right. If you're talking about the Microsoft Teams, yep, Teams also support all about the functionalities of the PowerPoint S. And the PowerPoint slides, you have always a link in your official curriculum from the Microsoft, because if we talk about the links, that is going to give you the accessibility of all the documents, where from you're going to follow all the curriculum, you will get a link there to get download all the PowerPoint presentations and all this, right?
Thank you. Okay, our next question, and just a quick reminder, once we do get through our questions, we do wrap up our session. So if you want to ask anything, make sure you get those into our question and answer box as quickly as possible. Okay, when a Teams meeting gets recorded, where can we find it after?
Okay. That's a good question, actually. So, everyone, whenever a meeting in Microsoft Teams is going to be recorded, generally it gets stored by default within your conversation area within the channel S. But sometimes people, because if there's a lot of conversation has been happened, they find it difficult to find it out. And that's the reason why I explain you something about the SharePoint. So what you can do, you can go to the file tab. Like I can, if you remember, I showed you something. Go to the file tab and you will find a new folder there with the name called recording, right? So all the recording sessions, you will be able to find it out there itself. And until the admin has not enabled one of the feature called expiring the videos, because of saving the space in your Microsoft Teams quota, they usually set it to for next 30 days or 50 days by default. If the videos are available, you will be able to find it out in the file tab, right, in any channel, and the recording folder.
Thank you. Okay, and our next question is, let's suppose I want to have a one-on-one private chat or call with someone from my team. Does MS Teams have any features on that, or do we have to go for planned team meetings only?
Good question again. So, yep. So Microsoft Teams says it's not a rule that you must have to go for a planned team meeting always. No, if you want to go for one-on-one communication, that's a separate and a private communication. There is an app has been introduced with the name called Chat that is always available at the left panel of your application. So you will find something with the name called Chat. Go there and start a one-on-one chat individual with the person, and you may invite as many as number of people you want to invite into the chat as. So it's not only for the chat, even for calling and for the video calling as well. So it's a complete private chat. No one else can view or read any information from there, no matters what kind of permission they do have. It's a private one. Except the admin, no one can access it.
Thank you. Okay, as of right now, I only see one more question in the queue. So, being an instructor or MS Team user, what all apps would you suggest to use?
Okay, good to know again. So everyone, remember Microsoft Teams offering you all the Office 365 apps to use. It's up to you. You have to identify your recommendation, your need, what all apps you're looking for. Like you want MS Excel, MS Word, PowerPoint, or something. But I do recommend something very special over here, like the Power BI, because you know what? I want to display the reports of what is going on, how many the sales profit we've been earned to this particular year or the quarter is. Why should I ask my manager, my reporting person to go and get that link? As I'll directly provide all the information in Microsoft Power BI within the Teams. Same time, Power Automate and the Power Apps are again two of the application I really highly recommend them. The reason of creating the workflows in Microsoft Teams as well as in SharePoint that can convert a lot of tasks by automation using the AI functionality, and the Power App that can really be used to convert my normal list to a mobile and a web layout application is. So I really recommend them a lot, and I myself is also using all those applications for all my requirements is, and I always prefer them. We do have number of applications like the boards and all, like Travia that can help you in your travel requirements and all, and the Poly that can be used for creating the bowls and all. You can use all the third-party tools as well without paying single penny, and there are paid services and the apps as well. But I recommend the Power BI, the Power Automate, Power Flow, and the Power Apps, and the Poly as well.
Thank you so much. Well, with that, we are through all of our questions. So we're going to go ahead and get wrapped up today. Thank you so much for your time. I do want to remind everyone that as you leave your session today, you will be presented with a short survey. We'd like to request for you to take a moment and help us out by participating in that survey, because your feedback really helps us understand what your learning experience has been, as we are constantly looking at how we can improve our future sessions. And the survey answers are measured on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 representing outstanding and 1 representing poor. So once again, thank you all for joining us. If you do come up with any additional questions, feel free to send them to us at webinar@netcomlearning.com at any time. And we hope that you found today's webinar to be informative. We look forward to seeing you back here with us very soon. And also, feel free to tell your friends and colleagues about our webinars and other courses. Once again, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Goodbye.